Yeah, this is great. Hey there.
Yay.
There you are. Now I can hear you.
Good. Okay. Um, you know what? As much fun as I like to have creating things artistically, I'm not very good. And trying to do these slides is very challenging.
Yeah, I like your letterhead. I thought that was a nice design. Whoever did it did a good job.
Yeah, she did do a good job.
Is that new?
It's funny, she didn't know what bullying was.
Oh,
I kept saying to eliminate bullying, please put it under the top left under the thing, and 4 times she didn't do it.
I'm
And
gonna call.
finally she said, what's bullying? And as soon as I told her what bullying was, then she did it.
Yeah, I
She's from
bet.
Thailand.
Yeah. Different cultures, different ideas.
So Miss Businesswoman of the Year, in dealing with 24/7, my month is up at the end of the week,
Okay.
and I didn't want to tell them too far ahead because I didn't want them to stop the workers from working.
I didn't pay, and I still had like almost a week over before and all they did was just send invoices.
Oh, so they'll invoice me before they charge me?
You got to go into your PayPal and cancel it.
Okay, go to PayPal and cancel.
Did you pay with PayPal?
Go to PayPal and cancel. All right. All right. And then the other thing is,
Did you pay with PayPal?
I think so.
Yeah. So PayPal has like a recurring
I
payment.
might not actually. I wonder how would they have charged me? They probably would have they would have charged me that way, right?
I don't know. I know I paid with PayPal. So what I did is I canceled the subscription that they created so that they couldn't charge me. And then they just started sending invoices.
I see. All right. Well, if I didn't do that,
PayPal and see if there's a charge in there from them.
I will. Okay, so I'll do that. But I didn't want to do too far ahead. And then the other thing is then there's one person that is doing a book for me. So I would just email him privately and just say, I'd like you to continue. I'm not going to be continuing with Hoopty Snapper. Would you be willing for $5 an hour to help me?
Yeah. That's what I did.
Yeah, and I have to say that
actually I didn't. Joseph contacted me, so it was a little bit, the one person contacted me, but I mean I've done that. I've contacted them because they're not getting $5 an hour from 24/7. I promise you that.
Right. So I'll do that, and then the other person that's actually done, I guess, a fairly good job, or I don't know enough to know, but she's done what she's been told and gotten me speaking. I've got a list of people to contact for speaking. She went in and did an analysis of my websites, which are just absolutely the bottom of the barrel from SEO point of view. There's 900 things that need to be corrected.
Yeah.
And she's gone in to look at those. So she's been good. I can't say, you would know more, but from my limited knowledge. And then my website will be finished. My other project that I did in animation will be done. So those 2 projects are done. And it's just the book that that I really want to finish. And then whether I do anything with Rhea to keep following up,
Yeah, just contact them. I mean, it doesn't hurt. They're going to make more money.
Right, exactly. Okay, all right. I guess that's all on that. And then, if you'd be willing, although I don't know how well it would work, but if you'd be willing to ask your guy if he knows anybody else in school who's interested,
Sure,
that would be great. We don't know how they'd be, but Okay, so what you were saying about the head in the sand with the Facebook ad?
yes.
We can't do it this time?
We can, but normally what I would do, because you only have 3 days left, is that if I was going to create a second ad, creative, what it's called, if I was going to create a second ad, then what I would do is I would run them parallel to see which one performs better. Because otherwise you don't have any data. Like if I stop this one and then start that one, then you don't have any data of what's working and what's not.
Yeah, because I felt, isn't it, it's not very good to have 34 and only get 4 people sign up, is it?
You have 8.
All right, 8 from, instead of, okay, but how many clicked? Like 8 from 30 and 34?
8 from 48 total.
And is that a good average or not?
It's a little low.
Right. That's
Your ad is still seasoning, which means it's just getting ready to like start. Like Facebook takes a few days to figure out what your algorithm is, because what we chose in the selection was to have them optimize your ad. So that takes a couple days for them to figure out which audience is actually going to click, because they're optimizing it for clicks because they want the money.
Oh, good.
For the clicks. So they're doing whatever math they're doing on their end, and it does take a little bit for that to happen. The numbers came through for desktop versus mobile, and that's why I shut off the desktop, because the desktop was like $1.02, and mobile I think was like 67 cents. So,
and that was getting more anyway.
It was getting more clicks, and it was almost half the cost per click. Okay. So yeah, so that's usually the first data that will come through.
Right.
And that takes about 3 days for that to season itself.
So for now, we'll just leave it?
Yeah. I would see how it goes. You have 3 days left. Okay.
All right. Because I'm going to do what I've, when they get to the page, it'll be that material then, So what if I change the material on the lead pages, or is that too confusing?
So what I did yesterday is I created another lead page with a different template that is one that is known to perform really, really well. And I took your copy and moved it over there. So now lead pages will actually create a split test, and it'll serve up whoever clicks through to your page. It'll actually serve up either one or the other, but it does it equally. It keeps track of it so that it's equal. And then it gives you the data back of which page is performing better. It'll actually tell you, this page is X amount % better than this one.
And could I change the information? I'm just exploring here. Could I change the information on that second lead page, or just leave it?
So what I would do is then I would create a third split test. You want to every little change that you make, you should split test it so that you can measure. For example, working with a client, he wrote, he had one line on his ad at the top that says, come join Eric at this event, or come join us at this event. And that's the only thing he changed on the lead page at the very top line of the page, and increased his conversions by 30-something%.
By saying which?
Us instead of Eric.
Oh.
So it's like, and that was one word on the whole page.
Wow.
So it gets really crazy. Or, I had that one client who had 0 opt-ins, and then she got 30 in a day just because we changed the template.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Same copy, same color, same photo. Just
I'm sorry?
Everything was the same for her. Same copy, exactly, same color, same photo, same locations for the copy. It was just a different template layout.
Wow.
So yeah, so it's really, you don't really know when you start these ads. You just keep split testing and changing one thing at a time and measuring it. And then you can see, what's working and what's not.
Okay, now if I go in and I do a new leads page, and is it going to be obvious to me that how to add it to the split test, or is that going to get?
Let me show you how.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay, and then the other thing, I don't know.
There you are.
Okay, so go to, okay.
So you go to lead pages.
I was going to say, there's no video either, because my camera was broken. And
yeah, so that's why I did the other split test, to see if that was something that was causing it. Because
so I'll do a video today and I'll post it. Or will the other template not take it?
The other template has no space for video.
All right, so we'll do one with video and maybe 2 without, or 2 with video and 1 without, and see.
So you'll see here, it says A/B test now.
Uh-huh.
That means we're split testing the page.
Okay.
So when you go into edit,
Okay.
this button now shows up that says A/B test.
Okay.
And it's going to show us that this is the original page. And then it'll say view variation 1.
Okay.
And that's the one that I created yesterday.
Okay.
Which is here.
Is child being bullied?
Oh, yep. I'm from the Philippines.
I was going to say you've been with them too long. Would you know for sure if your child was being bullied? Okay. Okay, that's along the lines, because the reason I picked up on the head and sand thing was last night with the teens, there was only one guy on, but I asked him, about his school and bullying and stuff, and he said, oh, they pretend it isn't happening. And it's because they don't have any answers. So they're going to ignore it because they don't know what to say, so they're going to pretend it isn't there, because he was suicidal. Not only is it happening, but he was literally suicidal at the age of 12.
So that little boy that I was telling you about, he came home yesterday and told his mom that he was sadness from inside out.
Oh, good.
And that he was really sad. And then she got a call from the school that he's now being bullied. He literally had the little girl came up and cold clocked him in the face in the middle of class.
Oh, wow. That child needs so much help.
So now, the school wanted to call and let her know what happened, but they're like, oh, we're handling it. So he's now gone from, I love school and extremely social child to withdrawn and sullen and going in his room by himself and not wanting to go to school in like a matter of a couple weeks.
Well, I'm here if they want to chat.
Yeah, I did. I mentioned it to her. She's feeling so overwhelmed right now.
Well, that's a good reason to call.
Yeah, I'm just watching this like, oh my gosh, what are these parents doing? And then, another thing that I saw like in the public school, and this is just a sidebar comment, but probably something that you could work in because I thought of you with this, was the schools are practicing lockdowns. So in case of a shooter, the schools are actually running. You remember how in school we had fire drills? They're doing lockdown drills in case of a shooter. And this morning in Jupiter, some of the kids weren't aware of it, so they started texting their parents freaking out that the school was on lockdown and they didn't know what was going on and they were frightened. So then all the parents got in a raise, and my Facebook page for parents in this area went crazy. And I'm like, what the heck is going on at this school? And then they started posting, oh, it was just a drill. It was just a drill. And I'm like, no, that's not just a drill. You don't do that to these kids. Talk about neuroassociation and just planting, locking them into fear.
And in my day and age, we had bomb shelters.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I mean, we had fire drills, but it wasn't, a fire is a fire, and the fire happens and you get out of the building. It wasn't like, oh my gosh, there's a shooter,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just like, I don't ever want to send my kid to school.
I know. It's pretty woof.
Wow. But how is that fear on that level being perpetuated within these kids, and being in that environment of this could happen at any time, and they don't really know how to deal with something like that.
No. And so, and what you focus on.
Yeah.
In other words, wow.
Yeah, it's a huge issue.
It's huge. And now again, what they do is try to control from the outside, rather than from having school assemblies and having, workshops and mentoring programs and leadership training and, going the opposite direction. But anyway, so we need to get this so that I'm doing this, more often.
So then the test variation, so what you do is up here.
Yeah.
add a new variation.
Okay.
And then you can choose an existing page. You can choose a template and start a new one.
What is your favorite template? What was the one you thought was a good converter?
So this is the one that's known. This is 2.0. It's called
Okay.
Webinar 2.0.
Okay.
And it's really super, super simple. But any of the 2.0s or 3.0s are all just slight variations of this.
Okay.
But I know with this one, they tested the color, they tested the button placement. I mean, they did their own split testing to come up with this template.
Okay. All right.
So, but my thought on that is that I'm seeing this, and this has been around for a while and used a lot. However, a lot of people are using it. So then I'm like, are people getting used to it? But I think your audience in this case isn't the typical webinar people. So.
Right. And did you put that picture for a reason rather than the one with my hat?
Yes.
Okay. What was your reason?
Business.
Okay.
Yeah. More business coach. Actually, you look a little bit like a psychologist in that photo.
All right. Yeah, the thing with the hat is it's my branding. So whether I wear it and then take it off or whether I don't wear it, I mean, we could see, what the difference is. When I'm around here, I wear it all the time, every place I go. And now people are recognizing me. A lot of them, some of course think I'm a jerk, and others say, I love your hat. Your hat looks so cute. And then I tell them and they go, oh, well, I certainly will remember you. And I certainly know who you are. And that's of course what I'm looking for. But what you're feeling is on the webinar, I don't need to do that.
I think that it's more because it's the parents. Like with the kids, I can see where that would soften things up because you're the adult coming in. So if you show up, to teach a bunch of kids wearing a suit, they're like, oh gosh, another teacher, blah, kind of thing. But I think from the parents, especially when they get to know you, is that their expectations are like, okay, so who's the professional? I mean, they expect the business suit, the clinical almost kind of thing. But then when they get to know you, they realize that you're not the clinical commonplace that they probably have seen before.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, and around here, I'm with adults, but I'm still doing it. Like tonight, I'm going to the TED salon, and I was going to wear my hat and my outfit because I want to talk at TED in December about the bullying. So I thought I would go with my branding. Does that make sense?
Yeah, if that works for you. Let me think. I mean, it's a little different when it's a stage because the energy is there, whereas a webinar, and especially in your marketing pre-webinar, like a parent is coming in, they've seen a Facebook ad, and now they come in and they see your page.
Okay.
And so like what is their expectation per se?
I see. All right. All right. All right. Cool. All right. So I'll do that. And then I was saying to you, as we continue to work together, and I have to figure out, I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to do it. But is it possible to do 4 payments by any chance or not?
Yeah, we can work on that.
Okay. Thank you. Everything is going this way at the moment.
I get it. Me too.
Thank you. I need to figure out, well, what do you offer? I have to get more and more and more and more concrete.
Yeah, like your membership site is a small piece. It's really entry level. I mean, your membership site is, numbers and volume.
Yeah, and that's, of course, going to take time. But that's an entry level, which, of course, is going to take a lot of time. And that's what I got to resolve so I can sell it appropriately on Thursday, is to resolve that in my head. How am I going to do that? Because if I realize that, of course, as I do each of those videos, that can become its own product, and I can put them in blocks of, packages of four videos.
Yeah.
Is that what I should do?
Yeah, I mean, the more whoops, we're getting doubles down. How'd that happen?
I don't know. Are you echoing?
Somehow it seems to be coming from your computer.
What can I do?
Huh.
I don't hear it.
You don't hear me twice?
Mm-mm.
Oh, now it stopped. That's bizarre.
That's good.
So you can always take your content and package it. Like you can put it in a toolkit, and be like, okay, here's these 4 videos about this topic, and people can come in and buy that. Almost like an app store. You go in and you buy a la carte.
Okay.
Like there's one coach that I have, and he has an interesting membership model where you go in and you pay monthly. And then the longer that you stay in each month, you get points put into an account. And the longer that you stay in, the more points that you get. And then you can go to the store and buy the content that you want.
Okay, that's great.
So he creates new content every month, and it goes into the store, and then you can choose whether you want to buy it or not. He has general. He does 1 webinar a month, and that's included in your membership site, and then all the trainings is extra. But what he does is he just packages different things that he's doing into like a box, like a lunchbox. Like, oh, do you want to work on self-esteem? Well, here's the self-esteem kit. Do you want to work on telling the truth? Well, here's the truth kit,
Okay.
So you could do something like that.
Okay. All right.
And as you build up your library, you can offer those as sub-offers to get people to come in to do, to join the membership site.
And a sub offer of the library, you said?
Yeah, like you can say, hey, you can get these 4 things, or, you can join the bullying.
Or join?
Yeah, or you can join the membership site, or you can package it and say, buy this kit with these 4 things and get a month for free, and then, bring them into the membership site that way. So there's a lot of different ways you can package it.
Okay. And then also for the schools. I mean, I know that I'm going to need to develop a training for teachers, which I have out there on my site, which, I haven't designed yet. And also a presentation. So if a school says, great, we want you, what are you going to do? So I can do a presentation, like a 45-minute kind of thing, presentation, and then I also need to come up with a 10-minute because I met some people. And then I also need to do teacher training.
A teacher's package.
Teacher's package. So I know that there's a woman named Carol Howe, who does, but somebody else. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Who does conscious discipline. And when I go on her site, she does everything for smaller children, but it's like a teacher to do her training is $325.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of thing. Now, she's PhD and done it for 30 years,
Gotcha.
We got to start somewhere. So teacher.
What about this kind of program for homeschoolers?
Okay, homeschoolers.
Because most of them are taking their kids out of school because they are being bullied.
Right,
honestly.
exactly. Homeschoolers.
And those conventions and schools, and they tend to spend a lot of money on education.
Yeah. Okay. And so they're going to say, well, I don't need to do it because I pulled my kid out, but they need to get their kid back integrated into society.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, yeah, so that temporarily solves the problem, but then how is it going to solve it when they're older?
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe, they pulled their kid out. I mean, I would look at it as a perspective like, okay, this is something that we need to work on, so I'm going to take them out of school to relieve the pressure, but the problem still exists.
Yes. Okay. I agree with that. When you mentioned about setting up, the membership reward tactic, how do you do that with points? How would you be able?
It's software.
It's software.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and
it's just a thought. I mean, that's something that's more advanced, but it's still just a thought. I mean, you can package it. I would keep it simple to get started because you're
Right.
still in test phase to see, is this something my audience is interested in?
Right. And so what do you know what the software is?
He was using a variation of WordPress,
So,
with some extra plugins.
okay.
He was using Optimized Press with WordPress. I believe, I'm not sure, but I think the new Kajabi has some support for that, but I don't know how much because I haven't looked at it yet. It literally just came out last week.
Okay, Kajabi. So Optimize Press and Kajabi, look at those.
Yeah, those are both membership site softwares.
Okay.
Kajabi, the difference is Kajabi is $100 a month, and
Uh-huh.
you can build 3 membership sites, 3 separate domain names.
Okay.
With that package. Kajabi is super duper super simple to use. And it comes with a lot of training. So it's a lot like Lead Pages where they offer training and support and tech support and all of that stuff. It's nice because when you have videos, the videos have to live somewhere in order for them to stream. So when you have videos with Kajabi, your video hosting is included. So you literally just upload the videos to your Kajabi account and they're good to go, and then they work in your membership site right away. Optimized Press is the other leading membership site that a lot of people use. It's WordPress based, whereas Kajabi is $99 a month. Optimized Press charges you $300 up front, and then you own it. However, with Optimized Press, you have to build out all of the pages in WordPress. You then have to have separate video hosting that you link to this, which is a little bit of money per month. Like you could do it on YouTube, but if you have a lot of videos on YouTube that are unlisted, YouTube can crack down on you because it says in their terms that you're not supposed to be a video hosting site. So they frown upon having a lot of private videos on your account. So that could potentially be a problem. So while it is cheaper, it's a heck of a lot more work to manage, and a bigger learning curve.
Okay. I already
and there's other ones out there, but I haven't really seen anything that's like, angels come out and sing and go, this is the solution, this is easy.
Right, no angels yet.
I totally get this. I mean, they all have their limitations. The ones that are super easy that I've seen outside of Kajabi are either that they fail in some other respect, like they're ugly or they're limited or you can't really do much with them, or, it just, there isn't a perfect 100% amazing solution that I've seen yet. But those are the 2 that I like to work with so far.
Okay, cool.
And I know Kajabi just came out with a whole new version of that. You can take a look at them. I do have a code that you get your first month free if you want to kick the tires and see what it looks like.
Okay, yeah, if you give me your code, that would be great.
Yep.
Okay, so all right, so I need to create some kits so I can get my head in the right place when I do the sales thing on Thursday. What I'm going to do is just know that I'm going to be creating content each and every time, and yippee for me, and woo-hoo, instead of going, oh my God, how am I going to ever do it? And so I'll do that.
Yeah, maybe sketch out your first month and even get that first month done so that you're ahead.
Right. Yeah. Well, I just, again, as soon as I get my camera, there was a piece broken, and so I couldn't plug it in, and then without that, the battery didn't work, and all those things.
Oh, yeah. And then your phone, I know, that was a rough day.
Oh, my Lord. Anyway, the first month done. So I just, it's 2 videos. And then, of course, I do a video every week for my blog, and and I think I can do, because I've got the teachers group and the theoretical parent group, and so a lot of the videos can be both.
Yeah.
A lot of them can apply to both. I don't have to get too wacky, do I? I mean, I'm happy if these teachers would ever respond, which the 2 of them haven't responded to anything I put up yet on their site. But
yeah,
the video. So, yeah, and I need to go in and email all the people who didn't follow through. I assume Webinar Jam sent them something.
Yes.
So that's why when we get over this webinar, and then if I do buy my own Webinar Jam, you know, to be able to now take it over so I can learn that next piece once we do this one.
Yes, the end of it. And actually, I'm going to show you how to do that today. I'm recording the setup as I work for Sue. I'm just making notes on my phone of some things that I owe you because my brain is getting full.
I bet. Yeah, and then also I know that you'd started to sort out the calls, and I didn't know where you were on that.
Yeah, we are ready to post them today. They are now all uploaded to YouTube and ready to put the links.
Fabulous. Okay, so, and so for this, so let's look at like the future. So you were saying, I want to keep doing this webinar? I think I'm going to have to do a variation. I would like to try, I want to see what it's like with the got your head in the sand approach.
Okay.
And so do I want to do one a week? I mean, that seems like.
For a webinar, yeah, I would test different things. I would alternate between two. It's all, you know, testing and seeing which one is going to catch people's attention. So you're really in the start phase of what is it that these parents need? What are they looking for? What's going to capture their attention and you know, want them to come to this event.
Right, because I'm thinking that, and then even I had a fabulous radio show. Oh my Lord, this woman got on and she'd been bullied, and then her son was bullied, and he went from being bullied and to being a bully, and he went from a happy child to a miserable child. She was great. But again, it is a lot about them not wanting to look. They just don't, because if you don't have an answer, then you don't want to look.
Yeah.
Because if you look, then what do? So now I'm powerless. So now I look that I'm at the edge of the cliff and there's an army coming, but I don't know, I can't jump. So now what do I do? And therefore I'll just pretend the army's not coming.
So one of the things that you can do is actually take that interview, use that as a content piece, and then do your afterthoughts after that interview. And now you have your first training for your membership site.
Oh, okay. I almost got it. I wrote it down. Interview.
So you have the interview where you were speaking with that woman and she's telling her whole story.
Yeah.
Cut that out.
Yeah.
Of the interview. Use that piece. Play that first to your membership site. And then do a second recording, which is your afterthoughts of this discussion. And turn it into a teaching.
Okay, so play the first to the membership, and then I do a video response.
Yep. What are your thoughts on this woman's story? What could she have done? Exactly what you were just saying. You know, she's on a cliff and this and that. And just talk about the situation where you had this interview with this woman and, you know, here's her story. This is a real story, and this is what can be done about it.
Okay, and then the other thing, speaking of that woman was supposed to email me and hasn't. And Nancy, remember Nancy reached out?
Yes.
And I reached out to Nancy and I wrote her a private email about, you know, I hear that you've got, you know, big challenge with the kids and, you know, be happy to meet with you. And can you meet Tuesday or Thursday? And I never heard anything. And then she was somehow related to Marilyn.
Marilyn's cousin. Marilyn did say in one of her posts that Nancy had a learning disability and it was difficult for her to use the computer.
Okay. So I'm going to reconnect today with Marilyn.
Yeah. Marilyn's a great resource for you.
I need to give her this because I need to ask her to post the thing for me. So I'm going to do that. And then I will ask her how, you know, could she get in touch with Nancy, give Nancy my telephone number, and so that I can, you know, connect with her.
Also, a great resource would be to reach out to Rosemary Nickel from class.
I did.
And see if she has any groups that she would suggest, or she would be willing to share your webinar, because she's very, very connected to homeschooling moms.
Right, exactly. So I will do that. that, and then Marilyn, Ray, Nancy. Yeah, and I will do that right after I get off. Why isn't this working? Sorry, I'm plugged in, but my computer's not charging. So Marilyn, Ray, Nancy, and webinar or workshop.
Yeah. So, and also, if you're going to create the ad with the ostrich with the head in the sand, it's a captivating image. It was good. Just for now, I would create it as a second ad. I wouldn't turn off the first one.
On Facebook?
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm letting you do this one. I mean,
Okay.
I've been using that in the posting.
You can do it as a boosted post.
Yeah, I could. That's true. I could put it as a boosted post. I didn't boost it, but I'll do it as a boosted post.
And post it in the Facebook groups too for moms.
Yeah. Okay. You just put it on their timeline. Is that what you do?
In the Facebook groups, yeah.
Okay.
Like there's Mama Rama, and I mean that has 24,000 moms in Florida.
Mama Rama?
Yep.
Mama Rama.
Here, I'm in your Facebook account. I'll put a request in for you.
Oh, thank you so much. Any others that you know of?
Yeah, Mama Rama. Yeah, 22,251 members.
Holy Jehosaphat, it's Nelly Fritz.
And that's just Florida.
And so I can't do a boosted post there, so I just need to just put it in.
You can do a regular post. Mm-hmm. So you just write join group, and then you'll get a confirmation that you were accepted in a little bit.
Okay, great. Thank you.
But this is a great group. They're pretty active.
Yeah, and
very opinionated bunch of ladies, that's for sure.
Yeah, powerful women you are.
Yeah, don't write anything about vaccines because you'll get 100 posts. Plus, it's like wild in here. A lot of negative craziness.
So if you said don't talk about self-esteem?
No, I would, but they actually, it's the kind of group that's interesting. Because it's all income levels, education levels, and all kinds of stuff there. So I found that with this particular group, they like to attack people. So there's a little bit of mom bullying going on in here for sure.
It's lateral. It's called lateral bullying.
Yeah, it's funny. So someone will post like, please don't judge me. Please don't make any comments. I've already made my decision. I'm not vaccinating. I'm just posting here because I'm looking for a pediatrician you could recommend. And then it's like flock of seagulls on a garbage can to like go after her. I mean, it's really, it's really rough in here.
It's great. Yeah, there was somebody, I went on Quora, and on Quora, this guy said, I'm procrastinating, right? And the same thing, seagulls on a garbage can. You're lazy, you're no good, you're a failure, you're a jerk, you're a fool. What the hell's the matter with you? If you really cared, you'd be, oh my Lord.
Yeah.
It was just unbelievable. But I guess it's very believable. It's so sad. Anyway,
so a lot of things here. Like if you look up, I just typed in the word mom, and I'm in your Facebook account right now. Great. But you'll see here, Space Coast Moms Swap, Shop, and Talk.
Okay.
So that's probably, like, I would say, you got to read the terms on it and kind of scroll through and see if other people are posting stuff. But I would say, yeah, you can post here and post your webinar here.
Okay.
This is a website for moms to post stuff.
Okay. Well.
So there's a ton of them. That one right there has like 13,000 moms just in Space Coast.
Okay.
So that's a good resource for you too if you ever wanted to do like a local workshop.
Oh yeah.
Natural Moms of Brevard, 1,500 members.
Oh, join me.
Yeah, so this is kind of the process that I go through.
I see. Yeah. It says no advertising.
Yeah. Keep posts related to natural parenting topics, but no advertising. But what you can do is you can start discussions.
Yeah.
About bullying and just be like, hey, moms, I'm taking a poll. This is what I do, and I'm trying to find what moms would be interested in. And you can kind of reach out that way through these groups rather than saying, hey, I have a webinar, blah, blah, blah. You can come into these groups and start discussions and establish yourself as the expert, the go-to person.
Okay.
And do it that way.
All right, great.
So yeah, so this is kind of what I do to build.
Mom Rising.
Yep.
Mary's there.
CETA,
Oh, that's a meetup?
nonprofit organization.
Okay, well.
You know, I mean, and just going through and looking at all these different things and seeing it's a nonprofit. This page you would just like because it's a business page. But then you can look and see there's other stuff. But you know, go through and look at these kind of groups.
So just go to Facebook and type in moms.
Yeah, I'm just looking at moms now.
Okay.
You know, mommy bloggers.
Yeah, I think that could be Marilyn.
You know, mom bloggers, you know, almost 15,000 people.
Wow. Well, let's sign me up there too, I guess, or do I just like it?
Yeah, this one's just a business page. You just like it. But, you know, you can do things like parents, and you can sort it by Brevard. And then you'll see here, you know, Brevard parents, Brevard County parents, and just look at the numbers. Like if it's really small, like 145,
Right.
you know, they're just getting started. But here, you know, 2,200, pretty good. Brevard parents, you know, 3,475. And that's just in your hometown.
Right. Wow.
But you can get into these groups and start building lists and start posting and doing things and, you know, getting the word out there that way.
Yeah. And, you know, I do have a social media guy, and maybe what he could do is, because I have all these different quotes, you know,
Yep.
and maybe he could start posting in there as well with my quotes.
Yeah, and there's actually there's software that you can use that will manage that for you.
Not Hootsuite.
No, I can't think of it. I use something different right now. I use Edgar, but
Edgar?
I can't think of the name of it. Hold on, let me look it up. My brain is fizzled.
Mommy.
I need to go out and exercise to get some air back in here.
Why isn't my computer charging? It's on. It's on, it's plugged in, and it's not charging. Why would that be? Why would that be?
Buffer. Buffer is great for that.
What is it? I'm sorry.
Buffer, B-U-F-F-E-R.
B-U-F-F-E-R. And that's for integrating quotes?
So what Buffer does is you can pre-upload your content to Buffer, and then it sets a calendar and it determines when is the best time for you to post. So it actually evaluates that, and then it schedules all your posts on a calendar for you.
Okay, because I don't know what he uses, but I'll ask him.
Yeah, so that might be something, you know, to have. That's what I had my social media guy set up.
Okay. Was that the guy from 321?
Yeah, 247. Yeah.
247? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so he's running that for me now, which is really good. And then I'm working with a Twitter coach on, he's teaching me his strategy on how to be in the top 10 experts on Twitter for your industry.
Oh, wow. That would be, yeah. That Twitter, I think, would be a great audience for me, because I can respond to what's happening in the media. I haven't done that, but I'm, you know, next, you know.
Yeah, one thing at a time. First, you got to get your products to sell so that when you come in there, you're solid on, hey, this is what I have available.
Right. So that's what I'm working on, you know, as I get this webinar, and then I'll redo and do another webinar. I just need to get the slides, you know, so they look better. His slides look great, but mine are already looking a little challenged, but I'm trying to use my creativity. Okay, that's great. All right.
Yeah, so having the VA go in and do that And if you're not going to renew, you can try. Like I negotiated with them, and they ended up offering me, more time and more VAs. So if that works for you.
Yeah, but it's not financially feasible at the moment. I mean, if he said, okay, you get 2 free months, well, by January, let's see money coming back my way.
Yeah.
But I need to look at, where, 400 a month, it's, and they can't give me the number of hours that they advertise. I haven't used 160 hours. I couldn't possibly at 2.6 hours per person.
Yeah, their math doesn't add up at all, especially when one person, like for me, he'd take 7 days to get back to me on a project.
Wow.
And I'd be like, hello, like every day I'm like, what's the status of this project? And I'm messaging the project manager, and then it's a ghost town for 7 days, and then they'll come back and be like, oh, I'm working on it. And I'm like, you just lost a whole week, so how am I getting my 160 hours?
Right. Yeah, it just doesn't, it's false advertising.
Yeah, the whole thing. And, I talked with the owner, and he's like, we're really working on it in our systems and all that. And I'm like, well, I just don't want to do that at my expense.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. I guess if I stop it and if I started it again, they would probably, they might up the fee.
Nah.
Okay. Well, so
it's always negotiable.
yeah. Well, I thought what I'd do is see about that and just say right now I need to stop until, for a couple of months, and then I'd like to,
It's like I'm not getting the value, that was promised. It's
right.
just not there. Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, I'll figure that out. Today's Tuesday, so I got to figure it out probably by tomorrow. But thank you so much. That's fabulous. And so I look forward to having access to the other, all our calls because they're juicy.
Yes, I am putting all of that onto the site today. That's my big project. I've been computerless since Friday. I'm on my laptop right now.
Oh, wow.
I got a fancy new hard drive from my husband.
Ooh, how nice. Nice.
One that's all digital, no more moving parts inside.
Oh, good. So ghosts won't disrupt it anymore.
So it'll go faster. Yeah, you need that when you're doing a lot of video stuff. We're gearing up to do a massive Blab and Periscope campaign.
I'm going to learn about that this weekend. Are you going to be talking about that in our upcoming stuff?
Yes.
Cool. Okay.
A lot of people are teaching the core fundamentals of it because it's super easy. But what irked me is nobody was teaching you how to monetize.
Right.
And so I kind of just sat back and watched who was monetizing and who wasn't. And then I got irked a little bit more because the people who were selling the courses on Periscope were people who started out with lists of thousands and thousands and thousands of people. So I'm like, well, of course you're monetizing it. I'm like, you'd be crazy if you didn't. But, what about the people who don't have a list? What do they do? How do you build your list with that, and how do you make money with it?
I'm excited about that. Yeah, I just, do you know Sherry Martin? And
yes.
Richard? So of course you do. So they're doing a course this weekend.
Awesome.
I'm going to just, we've got some trading going on. So I'm going to go over and on Saturday and do the Periscope whatever that Blab, and I think some Facebook stuff.
Oh, cool. So they're doing it specifically for those two?
Yeah. And then the first day they're doing LinkedIn and some other stuff. So they've got 2 days. They're developing their program.
Yay.
Their signature program. So I'm just doing it because I can. Because it's a trade. So. Yeah.
No, it's all input. It's all good stuff.
Yeah. And I need to hone these skills. So hearing it 25 times is fine with me.
Everybody teaches something a little different, and then you bring it all together. Like I've taken so many Facebook ads courses, and they all, every single one, I learned one more piece.
Yeah.
Because everybody does it different or teaches it different.
So are these my pixels? Did you do the pixel tracking?
Yes.
Cool.
Yep. So you have 3 pixels. The lead one, which is everyone who goes to the page, the thank you page, the TUP or thank you page. That's everybody who went to your thank you page. And then the audience is everyone who went to the lead page but did not opt in, so therefore they did not touch the thank you page. So you actually do a little math there. So you say they went to the lead page but they didn't go to the thank you page, so therefore they did not opt in. So we create a list of all the people who were interested but did not register for the webinar.
Okay. Now, do I have their emails?
You have their Facebook addresses. So what you can do, Facebook doesn't share emails, but what it does is you can click on this, and then it will let you create an ad specifically to those people.
All right. So, but I have to do a Facebook ad.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I wonder if that would be an audience then to do the head in the sand.
Yeah, so that's, something that you could do. Different things.
So should I try and do that? Go to create an ad and then do that?
I would do someone who already clicked on the ad. You have to think of the psychology of the person. So if we back it out and we say, okay, so this is a person who already clicked on my ad and went to the landing page, but they didn't register. So then that would tell me they liked the ad, but they didn't like the landing page.
Right.
So necessarily sending them another ad and then bringing them back to the same landing page.
Yeah, no. I see.
Might not be the best. If I was going to do this head in the sand, I would run it to the same audience again. Like, here's what I would do. You just click on this.
Okay.
And you go to Power Editor. Oh, I'm not in the right browser. But you would make a copy of the ad that we have running, and then you go in and you change the picture and you change the text.
Change picture. Hey, and am I editing? I'm editing just the ad?
Yeah, so you want to go in and edit the ad because you want to keep the audience the same because we're testing that.
Yeah.
And then do that. Like yesterday, you had a good spike. You had 50 people visit the page yesterday.
Great, but they're not signing up, so we gotta.
Yeah, we got to figure that out. You're getting traffic.
Yeah, so I want to.
So there's something on the registration page that's not.
Well, and I don't have the video. That might help. And then the other is, I think it's by saying mistakes and coming from that approach is not the way to do it. I, copied that person, but more from a more positive point of view rather than that, watch out for 2 mistakes and blah, blah. I think that's it. I redid the copy. I liked it better.
Yeah, you can go in and just create a new page.
Just create a new page, what do you mean?
You can create a new split page.
Here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right, I'll just do it.
Yeah, that won't hurt anything. That will just add to it because it'll just give us more data of what's happening.
And then connect okay, and then when you were just in that Facebook thing, how do I find what you found and why is my charger not working? This is just bizarre. I've got everything right. Everything's plugged in. The light's on. My computer's not charging.
We're just out of Mercury retrograde.
Okay. Well, Mercury needs to be quiet. Oh, this isn't on. I need to just restart my computer is what I need to do. Okay. So, so I'm sorry, babe. How did you get here?
So when you're in Facebook.
Okay.
And you'll come in and you'll see your ad manager.
Facebook. My ad manager is.
You go to on the right hand. So you log into Facebook and you'll see ads manager on the left here.
Oh, sorry. Okay. I'm with you now. I was looking down to write it down. Manager. All right. On left. Okay. And then go to the online workshop and
then you'll see this.
Uh-huh.
So then you just click on this, see the checkbox.
Yeah.
And then create similar campaign.
Where's your little, similar, got it. I caught up. Okay. Campaign, all right.
And then it's going to recreate what I did.
Okay.
And then you can go into the ad.
Okay.
You don't want to change the ad set. You want to change the ad.
Okay. Change ad. Okay.
And then what you want to change on the ad is your copy, your text, and then you want to change the picture.
Copy, photo, Okay. All right. And then I'll change and have that link to that. How am I going to get that to link to that lead page?
It already does. It's all it did was make a copy of what I already did.
Okay. So, but it'll go in rotation. Will it be?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we won't know which one they saw, or will we? I guess we'll know which one they saw. Okay.
You'll get data in lead pages, which will say, 30 people saw this, 30 people saw this, and saw this. So what I have in lead pages.
All right, but I wanted it to go just to that, or you can't do that now. Okay.
You want to rotate them.
Okay. All right. Okay, so I
So
need.
here's what it's going to look like when it fills in. You can see here the original and variation 1. And this is where I can change the priority. So right now I have it half and half. So half the traffic should go to the original and half the traffic should go to variation 1.
Okay.
And then this is going to fill in as the data comes in. It's updated every day, so I'm still waiting for the data from yesterday to fill in.
Okay.
But it'll show me how many people visited, how many people, and then over here, it's going to tell you which one is the best.
Okay, cool.
So as you keep adding pages to it, this will just keep filling out, and it'll keep it'll keep rotating them for you.
Okay.
And so if you have a stinker one that's just not working at all, then you can just delete it, remove it from the test.
Oh, I see. Okay. All
yeah.
right.
It's really straightforward. This is why I love lead pages.
Yeah, it is. It's much better.
Yeah, they've done a great job. And they just announced their whole new lead pages. I got a sneak peek at it with what they're going to come out with. It's pretty awesome. They have an even better editor, which is nice.
Oh, great.
Yes.
Okay.
And more website plugins.
Oh, wonderful. Wow.
Yeah, good stuff coming.
Yeah, thank you.
But the split testing makes it pretty darn interesting.
Definitely. All right. So thank you so much.
You're on. I'm here today. If you want to put your ad in and run it and have me take a look, just let me know.
All right. Yeah, I've got to do something else, and then I'd love to, spend some time and figure this out. So, okay. Thank you so much.
All right. Talk to you soon.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep, bye. Have a great day.
You too.